Hello everyone. So dear students, we are learning about our Karnataka. So in this session we are going to study more about it. That is, we are going to study or begin with the new district called as Chitradurga district. What has happened? Chitradurga district, it is famous for gigantic 7-ringed fort. That is, a huge 7-ringed fort is present in Chitradurga district, which is why it is so famous. And how many taluks are there in Chitradurga district? It contains 6 taluks. So let us know the names of those 6 taluks. Chitradurga is famous for its gigantic 7-ringed fort. Inside the fort there are ponds and temples. What is present inside that fort? Many ponds and temples. Taluks of Chitradurga are, let us know what are those 6 taluks. They are Chitradurga, Hiriyur, Chalkeri, Hosadurga, Hodalkere and Mulakalmuru. These are the 6 taluks of this Chitradurga district. This district is known for its Palegaras. Why Chitradurga district is so well known? It is well known for its Palegaras. We know Madakari Nayaka, one of the famous Palegara. Vanake Obama is another well-known historical person. We all know Vanake Obama very well. She is a well-known person of this history. Yes, Ninjalingappa, ಮಳದಿಹಳ್ಳಿ ರಾಘವೇಂದ್ರ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ತಾಲೂಕಿನ ವೆಂಕನಯ್ಯ ತರಸು ಶ್ರೀ ಶಿವಮೂರ್ತಿ ಮುರುಘ ಶರಣರು ತರಳಬಾಳು ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಕಬೀರ ನಂದಾಶ್ರಮ's ಶಿವಲಿಂಗ ನಂದ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ and Jaglur Imam Sahab are the few known personalities. These are the few known, very well known personalities of this Chitradurga district. Next we shall move to the Davangere district. It is being formed by dividing Chitradurga district in the year 1997. What it has been done? It is being divided by Chitradurga district and formed a new district called Davangere district in the year 1997. It also contains 6 taluks. Let us know about it. Davangere district was formed by dividing Chitradurga in 1997. A few parts of Shimoga and Harapanahalli of Ballari district were added to the newly formed district of Davangere. See, newly formed district of Davangere also includes the part of Shimoga and Harapanahalli of Ballari district. Again, it also has how many taluks? It also has 6 taluks. Let us know the names of those 6 taluks. What are they? Harihara, Harapanahalli, Channagiri, Honnalli, Jagalur and Davangere. These are the 6 taluks. Davangere was known as the Manchester of Karnataka. See, Davangere, how it was known? Known as Manchester of Karnataka. During 1960s, it was famous for its textile production. See, during the years of 1960s, Davangere was mostly known for its textile industries. But later, because it had lack of raw cotton, what happened? Those textile industries were shut down. They were closed off. During 1960s, it was famous for its textile production, but due to lack of raw cotton, the mills have been shut down. Because there was no proper supply of raw cotton, what happened? The mills were shut down. There are many sugar factories operating. Also, we know that in Davangere district, there are many sugar factories. Hundreds of food processing units are working in this district. It has also made a name as the important education center of the state. It has various food processing units. Not only food processing units, but it has also kept its name, or it is also known for the education center. The well-known Bapuji Education Institution is here. We all know that Davangere has a famous education institute named as Bapuji Education Institution. The biggest lake in South India Shanti Sagar is in Channagiri. See, South India's biggest lake named as Shanti Sagara. It is present in Channagiri. It has a circumference of 64 kilometers. What is the circumference of that biggest lake? It is 64 kilometers. The Harihareshwara temple from the Hoysala period is found in Harihara. What happened? Harihareshwara temple formed during that Hoysala period. It is formed in which place, or it is found in which place? It is found in Harihara. Now let us move to the Shivamogga district. Shivamogga district, in the sense, the first our imagination goes towards the scenery, right? The scenic sites. It is very well known. The beautiful scenic sites are found in this Shivamogga district. This is one of the famous districts of Karnataka. Why it is so famous? Because of its scenic beauty. It is well known for its scenic beauty. There are 6 taluks. Again, Shivamogga district contains how many taluks? It contains 6 taluks. What are they? Tirthahalli, Sagara, Soroba, Bhadravati, Shivamogga, Shikaripura and Hosanagar. These are 6 different taluks of this Shivamogga district. It is called the rice granary of Karnataka. What it is called? Rice granary, because in Shivamogga we find huge warehouses of rice. Hence that is why it is called as a rice granary of Karnataka. Tungabhadra, Sharavati, Varada and Kumudvati rivers flow in this region. These are the 3 different rivers flowing in this region. Shankarghatta is the home of Kuvempu University. We all have heard the name called Kuvempu University. Where it is actually present? It is in Shankarghatta. Kuppalli, the birthplace of Kuvempu, is in Tirthahalli Taluku. See, we all know Kuppalli, it is the birthplace of the famous poet of, that is Kuvempu, right? Where it is present? It is present in Tirthahalli. It is now growing as a tourist center. This Tirthahalli, how it is growing? It is growing as a tourist center. Bhadravati is growing as an industrial hub. This Bhadravati place, that is one of the taluk of Shivamogga district, is now growing as an industrial hub. The Sharavati hydroelectric project and Varahi hydroelectric project provide the most of electricity needs of the state. These 2 hydroelectric projects, what they are going to do? They are going to provide the highest electricity for the state. Most of the electricity is being supplied to the state by these 2 hydroelectric projects. Which are those 2 hydroelectric projects? They are Sharavati hydroelectric project and Varahi hydroelectric project. It is said Shivamogga was founded by Keladi rulers. Who has found this Shivamogga? It is being founded by the Keladi rulers. There is an archaeological museum at Keladi. It is said the name Shivamogga is due to face resembling Lord Shiva. Keeping the name Shivamogga has a little history. Why it is called as Shivamogga? Because they say that it is due to the face resembling of which Lord? Resembling of Lord Shiva. Jog Falls, the highest waterfalls in Asia, is in Geru Sappa. See, we all have heard this name called Jog Falls, the highest waterfall, right, of Asia. Where it is present? It is present in Geru Sappa. There is a bird sanctuary in Gudvi of Sorabu Taluk. What happened? Soraba Taluk, where we find one bird sanctuary in Gudvi of Soraba Taluk. Bhadra Wildlife Sanctuary is well known. This Shivamogga district also has a wildlife sanctuary named as Bhadra Wildlife Sanctuary. Agumbe of Tirthahalli Taluk receives highest rains. Which part of the district is going to get the highest rains? Agumbe of Tirthahalli Taluk, it receives the highest rains. The Tripura Natakeshwara and Kedareshwara temples of Baligavi are famous. See, these two temples of Baligavi are the famous temples of these Shivamogga district. Keladi ruler Shivappa Nayaka had built a beautiful palace in Keladi. See, a Keladi ruler, what is his name? His name is Shivappa Nayak. He has built a beautiful palace in this place called Keladi. Kuvempu and Dr. U.R. Anantamurthy, the recipients of Jnanapita Award, are from Tirthahalli Taluk of this district. We all well known about Kuvempu and U.R. Anantamurthy. They are the awardees. Which award is? Jnanapita Award. They live in Tirthahalli Taluk of this Shivamogga district. National award winning singer Shivamogga Subbanna is from this district. Also one of the national award winning singer. His name is Shivamogga Subbanna. He also belongs to this Shivamogga district. Soon after Shivamogga district, now we are going to study about Mysuru division. Till now we have studied about Bengaluru division. Now we are going to study about Mysuru division. Mysuru is another administrative division of our state. Mysuru was the capital of the Wadayar kings. See, administrative division means among the 4 divisions, Mysuru is one of the division and capital of Wadayar kings. There are how many districts in this divisions? There are 8 districts in this division. Many of rich districts are in this division. Most of the rich districts are present in this Mysuru division. This division is famous for rivers. Why Mysuru division is famous? It is famous for rivers, mountain ranges, forests, wildlife, wild animals, coffee plantation, coasts and ports. Ports are the place where the huge ships are going to be loaded and unloaded. So these are the few facts why Mysuru division is so famous. There are 8 districts. I said right, it has 8 districts. So let us know the name of those 8 districts. They are Mysuru, Mandya, Hasan, Chikmagaluru, Udupi, Dakshin Kannada, Chamarajanagar and Kodagu. These are 8 different districts. The administrative center is Mysuru. What is the administrative center? It is Mysuru. Many of the rich districts of Karnataka are in this division. This division is famous for rivers, mountains, mountain ranges, forests, wild animals, coffee plantations, coasts and ports. Now let us know about the history of Mysuru division, how it is formed and all. The history of Mysuru begins with Ganga's rule. It is initially going to begin with the rule of the Gangas. Talakadu was the capital of Gangas. When Gangas were ruling this Mysuru, what was the capital? Talakadu was the capital. Later, Mysuru came under the rule of Cholas, Hoysalas and Vijayanagar kings, and later it came under the rule of Cholas, Hoysalas and Vijayanagar kings. Mysuru was under the rule of Wadayars for many centuries. See, Mysuru, it has been ruled by the Wadayars or the kings of Wadayars for centuries. For some years, it was also under the rule of Hyder Ali and his son Tipu Sultan. Mysuru is not only ruled by these Cholas, Hoysalas and Vijayanagara kings, and later it was ruled for centuries by the Wadayars, and later it was also ruled by Hyder Ali and his son Tipu Sultan. Mysuru is called Mahishanadu historically as well as mythologically. See, Mysuru, what it is called? It is called as Mahishanadu not only historically but also mythologically. Why? It has a little story behind it. What is the story? According to mythological stories, the goddess Parvati killed Mahishasura in the form of Chamundeshwari. What is the mythological story behind it? The story is that goddess Parvati, what she has done, she has killed Mahishasura in the form of whom? In the form of Chamundeshwari. The place where Mahisha was killed became Mysuru. So now the place where this Mahishasura was killed, it became the place as Mysuru. Yeduraya was the first ruler of Vadayar dynasty. So who was the first ruler of Vadayar dynasty? Yeduraya, he was the first ruler of Mysuru Vadayar dynasty. Chikkadevaraya Vadayar is the most famous king. Which Vadayar was the most famous king? Chikkadevaraya Vadayar, he was the famous king or famous king of Vadayars. The king who succeeded him were weak. Hyder Ali, who was the military general then, the person, that is Hyder Ali, he was the military general first, took over the administration. Now what he did? He took over the administration. He and his son Tippu Sultan ruled Mysuru from 1761 to 1799. What happened? Hyder Ali and his son Tippu Sultan, they ruled Mysore from the year 1761 to from the year 1761 to 1799. Tippu waged many wars against the Britishers. Means Tippu Sultan, what he used to do is he used to pay to the soldiers and or to the other the French. What they did is they used to French and they used to discuss and dethrone, or they used to fight with Britishers. He negotiated with French to dethrone the British rule in India. Means what he did, Tippu, he had a negotiation with the French rulers. For what reason? Just to throw out the Britishers from India. He also undertook numerous friendly measures in this state. What he did with most of the people from different places, he undertook friendly measures for the state. Tippu died in a war against the Britishers in the year 1799. What happened? In the year 1799, when Tippu, he was fighting against the Britishers, he died. Then the British handed over the administration back to Vadayars. After the death of Tippu Sultan, what the Britishers did, they handed over back to the Vadayars. Britishers took over the administration again in 1831 due to weak administration. As the Vadayars were doing weak administration, the Britishers in the year 1831, they took back the administration of Mysuru. Krishnaraja Vadayar IV undertook many people-friendly developmental measures in the beginning of 20th century. So what happened again? In 1881, the administration was given back to Vadayars. In 1831, it was taken back by the Vadayars because the administration was very weak. The Britishers took it back. But later in the year 1881, Krishnaraja Vadayar IV, under what in the year 1881, the administration was given back to the Vadayars, and later comes Krishnaraja Vadayar IV. What he took with, he did people-friendly developmental measures in the beginning of which century? In the beginning of 20th century. He gave prominence to education, culture and irrigation. What were the important fields which he had focused? They were education, culture and irrigation. Mysuru witnessed marvelous development under the administration of Diwans Sir M. Vishveshwaraya and Sir Mirza Ismail. What happened? Mysuru, it observed a very huge, beautiful developments under whose administration? Under the administration of Diwans, that is Sir M. Vishveshwaraya and Sir Mirza Ismail. The Mysuru kingdom got integrated into the Republic of India after the independence. What happened? After independence, it got integrated with the Republic India. The districts of this division also have a history of being ruled by different dynasties. See, not only Mysuru division has a history of being ruled by different dynasties, all the other districts of Mysore division also has the history, because those districts have also been ruled by different dynasties. Kodagu was ruled by many dynasties. Haleri dynasty ruled Kodagu for 17th century, from 17th century. See, Kodagu, it was ruled by very many different dynasties. One is Haleri dynasty ruled Kodagu since which century? Since 17th century. This Kodagu was being ruled by the Haleri dynasty. Bidanuru was their capital during their rule. What was the capital? Bidanuru was the capital. Dodda Veerappa is the most famous king of this dynasty. See, Haleri dynasties. Who was the famous king? Dodda Veerappa was the famous king, whereas Chikka Veera Raja was the last ruler. What happened? Chikka Veera Raja, he was the last ruler of this Haleri dynasty. He was very weak. The British took advantage of this and took over the administration. What happened? As Chikka Veera Raja, he was very weak, the Britishers took advantage of this and they ruled over and got back the administration. Kodagu remained an independent state after Indian independence. What happened after Indian independence? Kodagu, it remained as a separate state itself after independence, but in 1956 it got integrated into then Mysuru state. Later in the year 1956, what happened? It got integrated with the Mysuru state. Keladi is another dynasty. The coastal area of Karnataka is called Tulunadu. See, what is the coastal area of Karnataka called? It is called as Tulunadu. Alupa dynasty ruled over Tulunadu, that includes the present Udupi and Dakshin Kannada districts, from 7th century to 14th century. See, what happened? Alupa dynasty, it has ruled Tulunadu, that includes, means that Tulunadu includes present Udupi and Dakshin Kannada district. It ruled from, that is, this Alupa dynasty ruled from 7th century to the 14th century. Udayavara, Banavasi, Huncha and Mangalapura were the capitals of Alupas at different times. At different times, these Alupa dynasty took different capitals. Many Palegaras ruled Tulunadu. Puttiges Chotas, Bangawadis Bangaru, Karkalas Bairavaru and Kosaragodu's Kumble kings are well known. These are few of the kings who have fought in this place. The coastal Karnataka was called Canada by the British. See, the coastal Karnataka, that was called as Canada by the British people. They took over this area in 1801. They divided coastal area into Uttara Kannada and Dakshina Kannada. The Britishers, they took this area in the year 1801 and they divided that coastal Karnataka into two parts, that is Uttara Kannada and Dakshina Kannada. Udupi district was created in 1997 by 1997 by dividing Dakshin Kannada district. Again, later in the year 1997, this Udupi district was created by dividing Dakshin Kannada district. So, this was about a few history of Mysuru division. Now, let us study about natural resources of this Mysuru division. This division has a varied climate. Mysuru division has a different, means the climate is going to vary. The Udupi and Dakshin Kannada districts of this division have coastal areas. What happened? The Udupi district and Dakshin Kannada district of this Mysuru division has coastal areas. Since this division has coastal belt, mountain ranges and dense forest, the climate of this division is called as rain-based hot climate. See, these two districts, because it has coastal belt, mountain ranges and dense forest, How is the climate of these districts called? It is called as rain-based hot climate. This division has extreme cold climate and moderate hot climate. Too much of cold is there in this district and an average or moderate hot climate is found. This division has, this district of Mysuru and Mandya have dry climate. The district of Mysuru and Mandya, how is the climate there? The climate is dry. The Udupi district of this division receives the highest rainfall, whereas the Mandya district receives the lowest rainfall. See what happened? The Udupi district of this Mysuru division receives the highest rainfall, whereas the Mandya district, it is going to receive the lowest rainfall. Since the division has varied climate conditions, mountain ranges and forest varieties of crops are grown here. Obviously, the division has different districts. Those different districts have different climatic regions and they grow a different type of crops are grown. For example, they have given ragi, paddy, green gram, horse gram, maize and other crops are grown here. Which are the crops grown? They are ragi, paddy, green gram, horse gram, maize and other crops are grown. Coffee, sugarcane, tobacco, areca nut, cardamom, orange, cashew nuts and others are the major commercial crops. These are few of the commercial crops of the division. The first coffee in India was cultivated in Chikkamangaluru district. Where was the first coffee grown? In the Chikkamangaluru district. Betel leaves are grown in many parts of this division. What happened? The betel leaves, the many part of divisions they grow these betel leaves. This division is rich with natural resources. There are many types of forests. We find different types of forests in Kodagu, Dakshin Kannada, Mysuru and Chikkamangaluru district. Teak, sandalwood, honge, nandimat and other trees are available here. We also find these different trees there. The forests of this division are known for their quality. Minor forest producers like, see those areas, the forests are known for the quality they produce, and also small forests, minor forests, they produce like honey, adhesive, wild berries and others. This division has many small and big mountains. This Mysuru division includes many small and big mountains. For example, Subramanya Hill, Himawad, Gopalaswamy Hill, Malem, Mahadeshwara Hill, Biligiri, Rangana Hill, Mullayanagiri, Kemmangundi, Chamundi Hill, Chandragiri and Indragiri of Shravanabelgola are few known ones. These are different types of big and small mountains present in this division. The Mysuru division is known for its dense forests and also famous for its vast biodiversity. Tiger, leopard, wild dogs, deer, fox, bison, snakes and other wild animals are present in these forests. The Bannur sheep of Mandya district is very famous. Mysuru division, what kind of forest we find there? We find dense thick forest with a wide variety of biodiversity. Tiger, leopard, wild dogs, deer, fox, snakes, these are some of the wild animals present in these forests. And the Bannur sheep of Mandya, it is very much famous. The following are the famous rivers of this division. See, Mysuru division is only not well known for its mountains and for its wildlife. It is also well known for the famous rivers. Let us name those few famous rivers. What are they? Kaveri, Hemavati, Harangi, Netravati, Kumaradhara, Vedavati, Kapila, Yagachi and Gangoli. These are some famous rivers of this Mysuru division. There are many waterfalls too. They are Gaganachukki, Bharachukki, Abbe Falls, Irupu Falls, Hebbe Falls and others. It is not only famous for the rivers, it is also famous for these different waterfalls. Bauxite, felsite, chromite limestone, manganese, granite are the major minerals available in Mysuru division. In Mysuru division, we found various minerals as named above. Felsite is available only in Mysuru district. See a mineral called felsite. It is only present in the Mysuru district. The coastal districts of Udupi and Dakshin Kannada are known for their fishing and have many ports. We all well known that the fishing is being mostly taken out in the districts of Udupi and Dakshin Kannada. Processed fish is exported in these districts. This has become the source of income for thousands of fishermen. What has happened? It has become the source for thousands of the fishermen. Kodagu, Chikkamangaluru and Mysuru districts have become the centers of timber trade. Which have become the centers of timber trade? They are Kodagu, Chikkamangaluru and Mysuru districts. So, dear students, today we learnt about Mysuru district, its history and natural resources. Thank you.